What's up, everyone? We are doing a little review slash 1cc guide for Space Moth Lunar Edition specifically. The original Space Moth, I don't know very much about it. I don't think it had as in-depth a scoring system as this one does, and the scoring system is really great in this. So I would say my comments should all be presumed to be confined to this edition and not to the original Space Moth. Um, Again, I don't know how different they are, but this is the one I played, and it's really good. And it's often $2 or something on Steam on sale, which is just or sorry, not on Steam, on Switch. I'm sure it goes on sale on Steam too. Just buy it. Support these devs. This game is so much better than I feel like it gets credit for. It is kind of, it flies under the radar, maybe because it's all about killing these kind of like big bullet spongy enemies and feels a little bit non-traditional in that sense, and maybe that's why some people don't take to it. That's understandable, but I just think it's awesome. So let me explain a little bit about the mechanics of the game during the rest of this first level, and then we can get into like strategy and stuff. So you'll see that when you shoot these enemies with your rapid shot, you hear a little sound. That's their soul draining, and when they do that, they become more aggressive. And when you laser them, you have a rapid shot and a laser. When you laser them with when you shoot them with the laser, when they're soul drained, they give you bonus points that are then multiplied by your little multiplier up there in the top left. And you'll see me collecting skulls here during this boss fight, which is how you increase that multiplier. You shoot with your rapid shot until this circle gets as big as it possibly can get, which is when it turns a rainbow color. And then any bullets that enter the circle as it shrinks turn into skulls and get canceled. And so the more skulls you collect, the bigger your multiplier gets, and then the bigger those bonuses that you get from soul-drained enemies and from everything. And your laser, I should note, also has an aura, just like in Dodonpachi, which is why, or DOJ, I think, has the aura, is the first one. I forget whether DDP has an aura. I'm not a DDP expert, sorry. But that's why you see me going up close to the boss while I'm invincible with my little skull meter. So that's about it for the mechanics of the game. You'll see these little star flashes throughout the levels. Those are items that you can collect by lasering over them, like that one there. See there, I lasered over it, and it increases your meter, your circle meter, by about a third, being inexact, but that's what it seems like. And there are about like 6 or so per level that you can get, and you can use them while you're in skull mode to kind of chain it for a longer duration, which you'll see in this level. So this is yeah, you'll see the strategy is to kind of like wide shot from far away to kind of build your meter up, and then get real close to get as much bullet action as possible in your circle and laser the big enemies to death. That's kind of the like rhythm of this game, and it feels really good. It's a great little loop that you go through while playing. I would not. It's difficult for me to kind of assess the difficulty of this game. There's only one difficulty mode. Oh, this part, you've gotta start that skull mode very specifically at a certain spot, or else you get stuck in this narrow hallway, and I almost always bomb out of it just to be safe. These guys are the roughest guys in the whole game, as opposed to the bosses. They're in like almost every level, these big areas of these particular type of bugs. They get really, I should note that enemies get more aggressive when you soul drain them. So if you try and like soul drain all of these and chain them, it gets so difficult to dodge. And you know, I think with a bit more practice I could probably be fine at it, but I was playing this game pretty casually and not trying to like practice it for like the most score humanly possible. So I didn't bother to do that. I just liked to you just know that you can always not soul drain and just laser stuff to death, and it won't be nearly as difficult. The game has a really nice dynamic kind of player dependent difficulty system in that way. You're basically choosing to make it harder for more score, and it's a classic shmup risks reward in that way. And if you don't do all these soul drains, stuff stays relatively tame. I would say it's not a free game, especially not for like a beginning player. It's tough danmaku kind of patterns pretty much the entirety, and then certainly there's a big spike at the end in difficulty. But as someone who's now relatively experienced in the genre, been playing for a couple of years, I found it pretty easy. Easy is not the right word, but just like I found it not difficult to kind of pick up what the game was putting down, if that makes sense. Just like get into the rhythm of it. This boss is tough because his little pinchers there prevent you from building up your meter very fast. So this is my least favorite pattern in the whole game, essentially. I hate these crisscrossies, but I think I did a good job. So then I go up and aura him and collect all those bullets. And then I use my bombs here because I was dying here needlessly on like all of my runs before this, and I was just sick of it. I was like, I'm just using my bombs, just getting through this guy. And if you time them out, you miss out on a pretty significant, like multiple hundreds of thousands of point bonus. That's that boss destruction bonus. Sometimes that number's even bigger depending on the boss. I'm not sure if it changes, like if it's based on something. Not a ton of content out there in the way of like guides for this game. So you're kind of on your own figuring out its little intricacies and ways to chain the items and best ways to score and all of that, which is cool. I hope more people check this out eventually. It's well worth it. If you're a fan of cave games and their kind of particular style of bullet hell and patterns and stuff, this is a really good one. It does have these kind of like wacky kind of spread bullets, especially the mushrooms shoot these a little bit more like random feeling patterns that maybe are a little bit, they're like maybe my one knock against the game. They're not as fun to dodge through as these like very intricately designed ones that all of the other animals and bugs shoot, but it's not anything huge, and it's kind of just like makes it have its own feel. Yeah, you're seeing now with my multiplier up for these soul drain enemies, I'm getting like 80,000, 84,000 per one of these lilies that I kill, which is a lot of points. So if you can avoid bombing, because bombing does increase your score at first, but it knocks your multiplier down. So yeah, if you wanna go for max score, you want to try to avoid bombing as much as possible. Except at the end, when I think it would have been advantageous to use my bombs, and I just didn't really realize it. There's a one up there on the right. It's always there. You don't have to like activate it or anything. There's two extends, just like they're not even hidden. They're just plainly available in the game, and no scoring extends. So you get, I believe, 4 lives. This is just like this is so fun to me. This level I love, just the way the patterns are designed, the way everything flows together. The music is great. It's got this like very chill, psychedelic feel. It's like light psychedelic. It's almost like kids nature game for the Amiga type thing. Like I don't know. I really like the aesthetics of this. And just the way that you have to kind of navigate through these particular patterns is very satisfying. trying to think if there's anything, any game basics that I neglected to mention. This first frog pattern is difficult. You're not gonna wanna. You're just gonna wanna kind of be chill about it. Kind of tap dodge over. Those spreads will kind of like get crazier if you try and move quickly, and they'll kind of fill up whole halves of the screen, such that you're gonna have a really rough time dodging them. So it's best to go slow. And see, once you have a 24 multiplier, anytime you activate the circle, you'll be getting the biggest point value skulls, I think is the way it works. So it behooves you to, again, not bomb, keep your multiplier at 24 so that you get the most amount of points, possible. Anytime you hit that special button to activate that, you're getting giant skulls. There we go, there's that guy. I like the little touch of the moon up there becoming more and more full. And then, spoiler alert, the final boss is the moon. Pretty tough level here. These Venus flytraps are particularly wacky in terms of, like, you see those patterns. If those get down toward the bottom of the screen, you're gonna have a rough time. And then the spider, that's some shit from, like, those look like Guange patterns, or I don't know. Those spider patterns remind me of something that I've seen in a cave game. Not sure where, but I'm sure someone knows. Okay, here we go. Here's what I'm talking about with these bugs. See, I stopped rapid shotting because it's just too dangerous. When they get activated or soul drained, they activate those fast pink bullets, and for my purposes, for getting a nice chill clear of this game, I wasn't about to fuck with that. So, yeah. The spider dodging can be rough if you don't have your skull meter charged up, but you can do it. And I'm without bombs now, so I'm just fending for my life, trying to survive as long as possible. And I did a pretty good job here. I think I may have no-missed this stage, which is good for me. Ooh, yep, just trying to stay cool and not... These are the mushroom patterns I'm talking about. Like, they just kind of feel like lazy, haphazard sprays, which, they're mushrooms, I get it. They're like spraying fungus or whatever. It's like thematically motivated, but it's still not that fun to dodge, or like less fun than stuff like this, which is like, that just looks awesome. And you can anticipate. That's a bomb item. So I have one bomb now, and here come more Venus flytraps. More spiders. Boom. That's 192,000 for the spider at 24. See, use the item to extend my meter. Killed the spider. Again, extended with an item. So there's a way, if you were to really take the time, not sure anyone has, to learn like the optimal chaining of items throughout the stage, you could really get a nice score. I think I glanced at the Shmups Wiki like video database, and it looks like the highest score on there was like something like 19 million, which is about 4 million higher than what I got. So there's plenty of scoring depth, I would say, in this game. This is tough. Because what you have to do is there's like your laser has cave kind of like focus mode, and so you have to dodge these in order to. I bombed there. It looked like I died, but I bombed at the last second. In order to dodge these and fill your meter, you have to use not focus mode, which is really hard to make precise movements. So this is like not the most fun thing to do, but I learned how to do it. And this pattern looks evil, but it has a very actually easy little just little repeating hallway that you can get through. If you see what I do, you just go what, boop, boop, and that'll be there no matter what through this whole pattern. So if you can figure that one little movement out and find those little gaps, just left, then right, boom, it's done. We broke 10 million. All right. Oh yeah, and I was experiencing these little stutters when I was playing. I played this on PC, and my computer didn't like it. I'm not sure if it was because I was capturing or what the hell was going on, but at very distinct points in the game, it would do those little stutters. So sorry about that. Just little another cave throwback. Just some hardware related nonsense going on. This is tough. These dodges are just the dodging you have to do in this level is just straight up difficult. Another stutter, dang. Here we go with these bugs again. You'll see I expend my meter, and then I just say, nope, fuck that. Just get through it. Ooh, still no miss. Pretty proud of that at this point. I wish I really came close to no missing the whole thing. However, at the end, it behooves you to die and use your bombs for score. There's the other one up. Now you got bats. And I think it looked like these like have increasing point values as you kill them. Although maybe it's just because, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I was collecting skulls as I was killing them. Wasn't sure whether to activate it there. I probably shouldn't have. It's all right. I got enough. All right, now these ships are the roughest dodging in the regular game. In the non-boss zone. But if you can milk them for points, they're good. Ooh, yep. There we go. Just use my bombs now that I got them. He's called Space Moth. And the whole time we were in Nature Land, and now we're in space. It all makes sense. Okay. Final boss, the moon. And there's no charging up your meter at the moon, and there's nothing to shoot at. You just survive the bullets, which I think is a cool idea. Just like you use your focus, use whatever you have at your disposal. You can use bombs. I do kind of wish maybe they would let you charge up your meter here, but I suppose that would make it too easy. They want this to be tough. That was dicey. Okay, so I could have realized sooner that, man, if I just if I died just on purpose here and just started spamming my bombs, that could have racked me a whole lot more points than I ended up getting because I was just so focused on 1cc'ing. I was just like, I just want to survive as long as possible. Um, but if I were to play this again, which I think I might, I really, really like it. I would, at this point, I would be suiciding and uh, just spamming bomb for points. Like that. Look at how many. I'm going to watch this time how much it nets me, but 16 seconds left. Yeah, that's like 400,000 points a bomb. So let that be a lesson to you, kids. Did I get one more off? Nah. And there we go. It's a bit of an anticlimactic end. I mean, it's a really cool game, and I know it was made by 2 people, and presumably, shoestring budget or whatever, and it is awesome for for that being the case. But then it just kind of ending like that with no fanfare or very little fanfare is a little bit of a bummer. But yeah, J Ensing and D Rainey, bravo. I think they killed this. This game is so fun. I had a great time with it, and it's not that hard. So if you're an just kind of middling or even an experienced player looking for like something chill, uh, that's fun all the way through and that won't take you like forever and won't make you tear your hair out, check this out. I'd be curious to, if anyone listens to this and has any thoughts, any criticisms of the game, you know, I know that the community sometimes is picky about certain things that maybe me being relatively new, only a couple years in, I'm not that tuned in on or whatever. If you're critical of this game, let me know why. Let's chat about it. Cool. Well, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.